Hey everybody, today we have Dinomite, the dinosaur adventure game for dinosaur lovers. Discover the entrance, ride the Bronto Bridge, visit Lizard Lake, meet Professor Dino Find, escape the mud swamp, explore the hidden caves. It's adventure, excitement, and suspense with the entire family, dinosaur loving family. Ages 6 and up, 2 to more players. University Games, Menrid Park, California. Oh, it's made in California with them woke Californians. Of course, they believe in the crazy liberal dinosaur prehistory evolution stuff. Gotcha. Anyway, Dinomite. Dinomite! Anybody remember that show where the guy would say dynamite all the time, the black guy? Anyway, Dinomite is the first dinosaur board game to mix the reality. See, first of all, they weren't there, so they don't know if it's a reality of prehistoric dinosaurs. That's the second problem. Prehistory. There's no such thing as prehistory. Everything is history. What they mean is pre-recorded history when they say history. But since they weren't there, they can't know the reality of anything that's prehistoric. Matter of fact, there is written history and historic history of creatures and monsters and other things that resemble what the scientists claim the dinosaurs are from prehistory. So there's historical recorded history of dinosaurs existing with mankind, but no, that does not compute with the evolution narrative and the Smithsonian and all that. I will highly recommend y'all watch some Creation in Genesis videos, Answers in Genesis, and that kind of stuff. Creation Museum, Answers in Genesis, Creation in Genesis. Yeah. Watch some of that stuff. Dr. Kim Ham. He has a bunch of historical proof of dinosaurs existing at mankind. Like the dragon tamers that the Chinese emperors had. Because they actually had dragons. And if you look at those dragons, those were basically baby dinosaurs. They looked kind of like either baby triceratopses or baby stegosauruses or something of that nature. Look it up. Dinosaurs in history. They just had different names like monsters, sea monsters, matter of fact, there's one in South America and there's one in Africa. Loch Ness Monster. There's a couple of other lakes that may or may not have a dinosaur in them. A sea monster, sea creature. And then there's a place in Africa and in South America that has historically. There was papers. There was documents about it, where they saw basically a brachiosaurus. And one of them's called Mila Membe or something. I think that's the one in Africa. But there's also one in South America that people have claimed to have seen to this day. Both of them. So, yeah. Just because they might be primitive tribes. Yeah. Then there's also what else? What else one is there? There's pterosaurs. You know, pterodactyls, pterosaurs. There is evidence, photographic and non, of people who have actually literally hunted and killed pterosaurs and took pictures of it, including a army regiment in the Civil War. And not just those pterosaurs, but there's the giant birds that people have caught. Like the giant blackbirds that people have took pictures of. Yeah. So, look it up. Now, I know they've debunked the photograph for the Civil War thing, but what they forget to tell you is they debunked the photograph not because of editing of the photograph, but because they can't find the original photograph.
You already got that back?
No. I had to pay for it out of my savings.
So, it's saying you've debunked something because all you have is pictures of pictures doesn't necessarily mean the same as saying you don't have the evidence of the original photograph or the original video doesn't change the idea of its existence, because if you have a picture of a picture, someone had to take the picture of the original picture, right? Exactly. Anyway, or someone had to take the original clip of the movie. We might not have. We don't have some of the films and different things have been lost to history due to the fact that the film got burned. And sometimes they discover them. And they have to be very careful to preserve them so that they can transfer them to digital now. So, just because you don't have the original doesn't mean it's debunked that it wasn't true, is what I was getting at. Anyway, back to Dinomite. Discover the world of Dinomite. Dinomite is with a fantasy of amazing adventures. Discover the world of Dinomite, where each turn takes you on a path of exploration, excitement, and wonder. Travel through a volcanic eruption, a jungle of saber-toothed tigers. See, they're not even following their own rules here, because according to the history and the prehistory, saber-toothed tigers lived at the same time as cavemen, which they like to claim cavemen. They like to claim cavemen are Neanderthal men, and the new knowledge that we've learned about Neanderthals is they aren't as dumb as we thought they were. And it's totally possible that Neanderthal and a bunch of the other Thals, the supposed missing links, were just made up because they could have been just different races of the same human race. Just because people's skulls developed differently did not mean they were a different creature or different species of Homo. They're still Homo sapien. All of them are Homo sapien. They just made up new names because some of the skulls of certain ones didn't add up with the other skulls. Well, maybe they were fighting and someone bashed them upside the head and gave them a lump in their skull too many times. Golly, that happens in real life. Maybe they had a deformity. That happens in real life. Bones get deformed. People have deformities. Don't be using some... Plus, the dating systems are a man-made concept of how they create dating. Both carbon dating and the other dating, if you date the same piece of same thing with both datings, you're going to get two different dates based off of man-made dating systems. And if you date it with carbon dating, you can't use the other type of dating because the carbon dating will ruin the other kind of dating, and the other kind of dating will ruin the carbon dating. So you have to take two items from the same area, the same dig site. You have to date one with carbon and date the other one with, I think, radiation or something. And then you get 2 different dates, and that's why when you say they lived from approximately, which neither one are true because the dating system is a man-made created dating system, but they have to go, it lived from the period of blah to the period of blah. And the reason they have to say that is because one dating system has this number and the other dating system has that number. And that is why they how they do the dating systems. Anyway, back to the saber-toothed tigers. Mud swamps, hidden caves, take a ride on the Bronto barge, and follow the trail towards the Dino Refuge. Dinomite includes realistic dinosaur playing pieces. Well, I hope so. Again, since I have to debunk the idea that it includes realistic dinosaur playing pieces. Realistic as in what they think the dinosaurs look like. Because a lot of the dinosaur species and whatnot that were created don't have entire, full 100% skeletons. I don't even know if there is any. There might be a few, but I don't think there is a single 100% skeleton for any dinosaur. There's close, but not a single 100% skeleton. So, there's that. Includes realistic dinosaur playing pieces. 36 Dino Egg Valentine cards. And there's also no proof that all dinosaurs laid eggs, by the way. So, that's a myth, that all dinosaurs laid eggs, because we don't have proof of that. With the bone structure and the theory that the majority of dinosaurs were reptilian in nature, and now possibly birds. See, they used to be all reptiles. Now they're claiming that the dinosaurs may or may not have been birds, and some of them may or may not have had feathers. See? Exactly. They change it. When I was in school, they were all reptiles. Now my kids, if I had kids, are going to be taught the dinosaurs may have been birds. They don't even know. They weren't there. How can they know? They're all speculating. It's all theory. It's all speculative. A dinosaur directory to bone up on your dino lingo, a colorful game board, a die, and complete instructions. I know I say all this crazy junk every time I talk about a dinosaur game, but maybe it's the first time you've been watching me film a dinosaur game. So, yeah. How about that? Let's check it out. I like this when they do the dinosaur rules right here and the instructions. So, every time you go to a different place, like the pit trap, the dino egg square, the Bronto barge, the free pass, gator rescue, and the end, and the optional game, and rules of play, dino stops, dino greetings, how to play, object of the game, contest. I like how I love when they do that. Someone left me a bag, that's good. And here are our realistic so two dice, that's nice. One of these dice actually comes with the game, the other one I think someone added, so I don't know. So we have these realistic dinosaur figures, and you can probably buy these type at like dinosaur, like Dollar Tree or something, maybe. Sometimes I see stuff like this at Dollar Tree. You got like a Triceratops here. You got like a Brachio, a sauropod there. Here's a Dimetrodon. For some reason we have two behemoths. I I think this is what behemoth is. Some biblical scholars consider this the behemoth. I think this is more likely close, but that's my opinion. There's no stegosaurus in this one. That's weird. But this is, I think, that plesiosaurus type dinosaur. That, Anyway, dinosaurs. Then, of course, there's these cards that say stuff like a huge mammoth. Again, according to their own science, mammoths lived with the cavemen, not with the dinosaurs. So why do they keep mixing them up? Professor Dinofine. I'm just going to show you these cards. I'm not going to read them. Because if I read these cards, we would be here all day. Golly. There's a free flight. That's neat. Hey, come. Why are some of these upside down? Whoops, you were not careful. You fall into the pit trap. Come. Shouldn't have to keep flipping these cards. Dinomite! Now, supposedly this game is supposed to have a booklet where it tells you more about dinosaurs, but I don't see that booklet. That's probably what the teacher or whatever kept. And since this game is... When did this game come out? By University Games. I'm trying to find the copyright date. Since this game is old, 1988, even that booklet, if they had it, would be out of date because it probably explains dinosaurs and types of dinosaurs that they've changed the rules on now. Because, again, 1988, that's closer to when I was a kid, and that's closer to how I was taught dinosaurs. And now, like I said, these modern day kids are being taught a different version of dinosaurs. Also by University Games are Kids on Stage, Truth or Dare, Symbol Simon, Chickenary, Top Card, 20 Questions for Kids, the Batman game, oh yeah, that's what we want. Batman, the Robin climbing game, oh yeah, that's the one we want. Batman, the Joker air race game, oh yeah, we want that one too. Color My World and the Dick Tracy game. Yeah, we want those. We definitely want the Batman games and the Dick Tracy games. If I ever acquire those, I will do videos for you. Alright, here's the big giant Dinomite board. This board is Dinomite! So, it says Dinomite. I mean... See, look at this. Look. They got cavemen. See? That was a classic thing. They show you cavemen living with dinosaurs and other creatures and like woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers and stuff. And then when they get down to teaching you about dinosaurs, they go, "Oh, by the way, the dinosaurs didn't live with man." Then why are you making illustrations where they live with man? Shh. You lying to us. You're either lying to us that they didn't live with man or the illustrations are lies. How can we believe you, teachers and scientists? So you start here at the Stegosaurus. That's awesome, Stegosaurus. That's great. Stegosaurus. So you got a mammoth here. Somehow I guess you got to cross this mammoth. If you go 4, 5, 6, I guess you go that way. And if you get a 1 or 2 or 3, I guess you go that way. So depending on, there's certain spots where you get stopped by a dinosaur, it looks like, and then you have to go, and if you get this red space, the circle red, that's when you draw a Dino Egg Venture card. Dino Egg Venture. So different dinosaurs on the board, and depending on which number you roll, you go a different direction. So I guess that's cool. And then I guess the blue spaces are I'm not sure if those are you have to stop and move or not. Let's see. What does the thing say? What does the thing say? And different spots, like you got the Bronto Barrage here. So you got some of these blue spaces. And I think the idea is to get to the Dino Refuge. I do like this board. I do like the idea that you get stopped by dinosaurs and other creatures, and they make you go back and change different directions. I think that's interesting based off of the die roll. I think that's an interesting concept. Because you hit every time you hit the dinosaur, you have to stop, it looks like. And then you have to roll the die to see where you're going to go, which can make you go backwards, or it can make you go, like, these different dinosaurs. You got Stegosaurus here, and then you got these blue spots where if you land on those, different things happen. You got the Jungle Hideout. You got the Stratomanus, the Brontosaurus here. You got the Allosaurus and the Dino Disaster Trap. You got Volcanic Rocks. You got a Triceratops here. You got the Diplodocus. You got the Lizard Lake with the Plesiosaur. You got the Bronco Barrage with the... You got a Pterodactyl here. You got a Jungle Fire here. You got Lost in Trees. You got a Secret Entrance right here. And then you got the Gate of Rescue here. The stop. This is the stop spot. And then you got the Pterodactyl Station, or Free Flight to Volcanic Rocks. You got a Dimetrodon here. You got saber-toothed tigers there. You got a looks like some kind of looks like some kind of other creature. But I like how it's kind of done like a crossword puzzle sort of, and I like the idea where you can and there's a T-Rex. I like how dinosaurs stop you and they make you go to a different direction. I kind of like that. That's interesting. That's an interesting concept. Most games just make you go around, forward, and around the board, and you only go one direction. This game makes you, like, all throughout the game, you're, like, switching directions all throughout the game, and I think that's kind of interesting, too. Because, interesting. I think that's a very interesting concept. Like, you think this is a dead end right here when you get to the pterodactyls, but then they fly you to the volcanic rocks. So it's not a. And then if you land here at the volcano, it blows you to the Bronto Bridge. And then there's some spaces which you stop at. It says, if you land on it, it says choose your direction. So you can go other way. It looks like there's might be a way to cross the Bronto Barrage. So you go across the lake. Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, check out this caveman in a tree house. So not all these cavemen were cavemen. It looks like this one was a tree man. You're building him a tree house. Early hunting techniques, huh? And then they forget to tell you that there were hunters and gatherers in the caveman days. So yeah, that's pretty cool game. I probably overtalked 25 minutes about other things that weren't necessarily related to this game. But it looked like a pretty neat little game. I like the board. The board's got all kinds of great art on it. I mean, if all else fails, you could just frame that board or not frame it and just put it on the wall of your store. That would be pretty cool. Dinomite! From University Games. Stay tuned for the next exciting dinosaur game where we talk about the Count Dinos number marathon game. And remember, of course, that God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Keep on gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Jesus loves you. Jesus is God. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is King. Jesus is ruler. Everything. And if there's enough space in this Count Dinos game, I'm actually going to take the Dinomite game. If I can, dang it, if I can figure out a way to get both games in one box, one of the other boxes, I'm going to do it. But it looks like the boxes are different sizes. And the boards might be different sizes. Can't y'all make a standard size for all of the board games? I mean, you make a standard size for DVDs, you make a standard size for VHS tapes, you make a standard size for just about everything, including most action figures, but then when it comes to board games, y'all gotta make boxes in 50 million different sizes. Anyway, later. Have a great day.